The entire Mount Carmel College Muya have been called to live and practice the spirit of collaboration and cooperation. The call was made by the Catholic Education Secretary of Buea Diocese, Reverend Father Vincent Mesue, as he paid a visit to the college today. Also, inhabitants in Buea have laid their worries to rest and stay hopeful following the rate of work at the Mokis Garage Bridge, which many thought would stay closed forever. And Buea taxis drivers have been urged to procure valid car documents to avoid being victimized by security forces. The call was made by the chapter president of Cameroon Transporters Syndicate, Denise Mesumbe, during a one-day sensitization outing. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Those were our major stories. They'll be developed and more in just a moment. It is stay with us. You're welcome back. The spirit of cooperation and collaboration was the message carried by the Catholic Education Secretary of the Diocese of Buea, Reverend Father Vincent Mesue, as he represented the Bishop of Buea Diocese, Bishop Michael Bibi, at the Mount Carmel College, Muya, today. The Eucharistic celebration that was animated by students of the college took place at the school campus today. Bernard Asongne, seminarian on pastoral year at the Divine Mercy Radio Television, accompanied the Catholic Education Secretary and brings back this report.
Within the context of the bishop's visit to Our Lady of Mount Carmel College, where the bishop was fully represented by the Education Secretary, Reverend Father Vincent Mesue, with his entourage, the visit commenced with the celebration of the Eucharist, where the entire staff and students gathered to thank God for the beauty of the existence of their college and the integral formation being given to them. In the course of the Mass, which was animated by the students themselves, the preacher, Reverend Father Vincent Mesue, used the opportunity to encourage them in their spiritual journey to be steadfast to the virtue of love, which opens the way to every success.
Today we have come together to pray, not just that God may bless this new academic year, but to bless us that we may open our minds and hearts in order to keep His commandments of love, which is twofold, namely love of God and love of neighbor. Our readings for today provide us with wisdom and a call to responsibility. This is a strong message for all of us, educators, kids, pupils, students, parents, and benefactors alike. The reopening of Mount Carmel College, Muya, and the creation and opening of Mount Carmel Nursery and Primary School is not just the work of human hands. It is an act, as I see it, the result of faith, perseverance, and God's providence.
Highlighting the spirit of collaboration which must exist within the school community, the preacher called on all to work together with what they have to make the school and the society a better place.
A school is not built by one person alone. It requires the dedication of teachers, parents, ex-students, benefactors. Each person has a role to play. They are like different parts of the body. We all have a part to play in our school community. One person cannot do it alone. The principal cannot work alone. The teachers cannot work alone. Everybody has a part to play. Even the students also have a part to play. Our parents have a part to play. Ex-students have a part to play. Our benefactors, they have a part to play. Each person has a role to play. Some are called to teach and form young minds, shaping them with knowledge and values. That is what you teachers are supposed to do.
Indeed, joy and wonderful smiles were the characteristic features that were evident on the faces of both the students and the staff of Mount Carmel College. Departing from God's presence, the students and staff are filled with renewed vigor to continue to be the light in all what they do.
Meanwhile, after the Mass, Part 2 of the day's event proceeded with lots of presentations and activities by the students, who showcased that they were very happy to have the Education Secretary in their campus. Bernard Asangne says the student will not forget this event in a hurry. In the following report.
An atmosphere of euphoria and jubilation characterized the visit of the Education Secretary Reverend Father Vincent Mesue on behalf of the Bishop of Buea to Our Lady of Mount Carmel College, Munya, on February 27, 2025. Moving over to part 2 of the celebration, which is held in context of the inauguration of the school year 2024-2025, the pupils and students showcased the wonder of their youthfulness in the numerous displays in the presence of the Education Secretary and his entourage.
Coming in here today, what I saw, the things I met, put in place, I think I was very happy standing in for the bishop. I know part of the preparation was done because the bishop was coming, and so I got into the shoes of the bishop, and of course it was a very wonderful preparation, beginning already right from the road where the band and the majorette, received us and brought us in.
Fostering a spirit of collaboration between the primary and the secondary school of Mount Carmel, the Education Secretary Reverend Father Vincent Mesue made a tour to the primary school, followed by presentations such as ballet dances from the pupils, the singing of the school anthem by the students of Mount Carmel College, traditional display, among others, that colored the day. The feeling that stays with the pupils and students is that of gratitude to the bishop and their teachers and parents for what they continue to do to ensure that the goal of holistic education is met.
Excited, I'm overwhelmed, although the bishop is not here present, but I'm really happy. I really don't know, I'm just filled with joy, but I wish maybe next time he will be present.
I'm happy because at least he listened to our challenges and said he promised to help us in our challenges.
The teachers, I want to say a very big thank you to them for their support. And to my parents, I want to say thank you to them too for being there for me, to support me, pay my fees, and to make sure that I become a better person in the future.
As the school reopens after several years of shutdown due to the ongoing socio-political crisis, the principal, Madam Fomenke Mercy, remains grateful for all the sacrifices the bishop continues to make to ensure the smooth functioning of the college, and as well words of hope to the entire staff to remain steadfast to their duty of impacting the students with knowledge beyond measure.
My feelings today are that of joy. I'm so overwhelmed with joy that the bishop had to come and celebrate the opening of the school year mass with us. And though he was unavoidably absent, but we felt him the same in our midst. As words of hope, I wish to encourage my teachers. I'm so grateful and thankful to them that they have braved all odds to continue the legacy of the school and to prepare these students for the future.
Indeed, new hope and strength is restored to Mount Carmel College as she strives every day to be the best in all they do, more specifically in the dimension of holistic and excellent schooling.
Beautiful celebration there by staff and students. We move over to the Diocese of Amanfre, where His Lordship Bishop Aloysius Abangalo Fondong has challenged the victims of the November 11, 2023 massacre in Ebeko to reproduce the resources given them by Caritas of the Diocese of Manfe. He made the call yesterday, Wednesday, at Ebeko as the charitable arm of the church paid a visit to the survivors of the Ebeko massacre. Sama Allen with the details.
It is 15 months after the Ebeko Manfe gruesome killings of 11 November 2023, a pitfall of the Anglophone crisis. The charitable arm Caritas on Wednesday, February 26, 2025, reaches out to the survivors of the gruesome killings, ensuring their holistic welfare through the distribution of foodstuff and basic necessities. The Bishop of Manfe, His Lordship Aloysius Abangalo Fondong, encourages the victims, urges them to forgive the perpetrators while showing appreciation to all partners.
November 2023, we have been journeying with them and seeing how to come to their aid and seeing how to help them to pick up their lives again. And I want to thank especially Caritas Manfe Diocese, with whom we are working to ensure that these brothers and sisters come out from this situation. It's not an easy one. And above, I want to thank our partners in Germany who graciously accepted to come to the aid of these brothers and sisters. It's just the beginning of so many things that we are going to do with our partners in Germany. But already we have been working from Caritas at the level of the diocese to assist our brothers and sisters who suffer these casualties in Ebeko. So today is a great day for me. It's a day of joy. 2 years ago we were there weeping. Violence is never a solution to anything. It's never a solution. Violence begets violence. We should all work for peace, for justice and peace. And today I've exhorted the people to forgive. There is no reconciliation also without forgiveness.
These victims are grateful for the humanitarian gesture.
I thank them plenty. And may God bless them. They don't forget we will thank them plenty.
They help Papa Bishop for giving the job. May God continue to give supply for them. May they not ever lack. And may God give them long life.
Caritas also supported the victims of Ebeko tragedy with sustainable income-generating activities in order to cater for their needs and those of their families. Victims prayed for those who were brutally killed.
God bless the donors. May continue to replenish their pockets. We'll be very, very happy. We will cry on that November. Today we will laugh. Not be all man, they will see the kingdom of God. Now so God be talker. You want the way they don't go. May their soul rest in perfect peace. We will see them. At least we will pray for them. And the donors, the two, thank our Papa Bishop very well. Where he don't make them, we don't get this rice. And this rice will take them, not be only for me. I go share them for the one them two way they know where they need them to.
Be one of the victims. That day that thing will happen, I be cry plenty. They kill my neighbors, they kill my loved ones. I be cry so God. Why the kind of calamity don't happen for our country? So we don't pray. Finally, God will save every day. He don't answer us. So if we gather like this again, because not easy. We live in fear, but we want to thank God say for the good way they do for we and for our brothers and sisters the way they work for these characters. For the good way they do and they God bless they give chop for the needy and for what they need every day. Especially our Lord Bishop. May God continue for the blessing. May God continue for the use as he do good work for the community. For since me put no lack chop, me community no sleep hungry. With the place, me they can't calamity again. Me no happen to go for our country. In Jesus' name, amen.
Bishop Aloysius Fondong led prayers while encouraging the people of Ebeko to never lose hope but keep trusting in God for providence as well as maintain the sustainable income generating activities.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, my Lord. We are saying thank you, Jesus. Thank you, my Lord.
What a joy seeing the people of Ebeko smiling after all. Now we take you to Rome, where Christians in Rome and in parts across the world have started community prayers for the Holy Pontiff Pope Francis after he was admitted on the 14th of February at the Rome Gemelli Hospital after suffering from bronchitis and lungs-related diseases. Reverend Father Alphonse Ekema, priest of the Diocese of Aboya, who has been attending these community prayers, says the Christians are united and hopeful in prayer for the Pope's speedy recovery. His report.
More than 10 days have passed since the February 14th announcement on the Vatican News official webpage informing the general public that Pope Francis had been admitted at the Gemelli Hospital for bronchitis treatment. As days unfolded, further updates revealed some respiratory tract infections on both lungs, a situation underlined as critical. In fact, it was noticed during the Wednesday audiences of February 5th and 12th, respectively, that Pope Francis began with symptoms of cold, which led him to apologize to his listeners and ask Father Pierluigi to help read out the catechetical lesson of the day.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buongiorno. Adesso sentiremo la catechesi di oggi, sempre sulla linea dei vizi e virtù. Io ho chiesto a Monsignore di leggerla, perché io ancora non posso. Grazie.
Throughout the world, the updates from Vatican News on the Pope's health situation has had varied reactions. In Rome itself and in some Catholic dioceses and churches around the world, prayer sessions have been organized for the Pope's health to improve. At St. Peter's Square, where the Pope normally gives his catechesis, Christians have been braving the winter cold to gather by 9 p.m. since Monday 26 February to pray the Rosary for the Pope's health, asking for the maternal intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Some media pages and social platforms on their part have gravely twisted the information under varied headlines, supposing the Pope's being in an irrecoverable state, and others even publishing reports indicating his death. Being the Jubilee Year of Hope, the Church continues to pray for the Holy Father and hope for an improvement in his health.
Reverend Father Alphonse Ekema reporting from Rome. Back here in Boya, onto our future. Basket inhabitants in Boya are joyful over the level of work at the Mokis Garage Bridge following months of waiting and struggling with traffic. In the following report, we situate the level of work at the Mokis Garage Bridge that many thought would stay closed forever. Denizens of Boya for over the past months have been struggling with the traffic along the Great Supermarket stretch and cars winding through the narrow path inside the market following the closure of the bridge leading to Bakari Town and Sandpit, popularly called Mokis Garage entrance. The work on the bridge that was announced to take 6 months took longer than expected, leaving the inhabitants using the bridge and other businesses around the bridge with lots of difficulties. These inhabitants record the ordeal they had to go through daily with the closure of the bridge.
My experience with this bridge it has not been easy because it's difficult sometimes getting a taxi. I live at Bakari Town, so I have to take the bridge to easily get a taxi here, and now I have to walk here and pass inside the bridge to go to my house. Some of us are not used to climbing gutters or passing through gutters, so one of my experiences is that I've fallen 2 times. I actually had wounds, but it's part of life. So
which was okay. We faced a lot of challenges because people had to go ride to Sandpit before they have a taxi. So we had difficulties in crossing. Like there was his father, I had to help when he was coming down the hill. So there was a lot of challenges when crossing. I for one, I'm too weak. Thank God I'm very weak. So there was this bridge they made that other way. It's nice, but another challenge there was because people dumped dirt beside the road, which made it like snakes were walking around.
Facing challenges, customers don't have customers because are not passing because there's no way for them to pass. Most of the customers we have here, most of them are from Bakari Town, they never can buy here. Since then we are not selling and we are facing a lot of challenges. Customers cannot cross and come by.
As the months almost got to a year, many inhabitants became impatient, having to deal with the traffic and challenges of climbing up and down the gutter, especially school children who, during heavy rains, could be swept away by running water. However, the long wait will soon be over as work on the bridge is near completion, with the concrete over the bridge and backfilling of the sides are taking place. Seeing the level of work at the bridge that many thought will take forever, these inhabitants express joy, for they will not have to go through those challenges again.
But now that the bridge is almost ready, we are happy. At least we ease the stress and some of the challenges we face passing through the gutter.
So I'm impressed as they made this bridge because normally the bridge was small and now it has been extended. Like it has reduced the rate of accident that was happening here. And I'm also impressed because those who face challenges in crossing the gutter now are going to like have advantage passing through the bridge.
For now, we have seen that they are trying to arrange the bridge, so we are happy on that.
With the Mokis Garage Bridge near completion, inhabitants are still very worried at the state of the bridge at Sandpit Junction, as part of the bridge has given way already. If this is also not attended to in time, the population might have to wait for a very long while if it also gives way. And we hope the authorities in Buea will take note and try to see how to act fast on the second bridge around Sandpit Junction. Now we stay in Buea, where taxi drivers in Buea have been urged to procure valid car documents so as to avoid being victimized by security forces. The call was made by the Buea chapter president of the Cameroon Transporters Syndicate, Denis Mesumbe, during a one-day sensitization outing that took place here in Buea. Nadesh Nechongme completes that story.
Driver's licenses and insurance are essential for safe and legal driving, not only serving as personal identification, but also providing crucial financial protection in the event of accidents. In order to implement this in Buea municipality, the president of the Syndicate of Transport Cameroon, Denis Mesumbe, alongside his team, organized a one-day exercise to ensure all drivers have the necessary identification documents.
Drive motor, we don't get insurance, we don't get driver's license. I don't talk say nobody Buea. The meeting that we had at the DO's office with the commissioner of Central Police Station and the supervision of the regional delegate of Southwest. They said I should go out and tell the drivers and catch even the drivers that they are driving without driver's license and insurance. That's why you can see me this morning time with my elements. We are doing what the authority asks us to do. And it's our own birthright as the syndicate member.
According to Denis Mesumbe, it is illegal for any driver to operate a vehicle without these important documents. He emphasized that these measures is important for both the safety of the drivers and the general public.
Here in our municipality in Buea, there are many drivers that they are on top of their steering without driver's license, which is forbidden. It's forbidden. You cannot be on top of your steering without identification like your driver's license. And again, the other thing with insurance. Can you imagine if we have 100 taxis here in Buea? It's 10 taxis that has insurance. Is it fair? Is it fair? You cannot afford a car and you give it to a driver without an insurance. And that taxi is going up and down, carrying risking people's life in town. So no.
During the exercise, some drivers who had their taxis taken shared the challenges they face in obtaining these documents. They also expressed their appreciation for the initiative, recognizing it as an important step toward bringing order to the town.
Now police, they don't take my license. And I never get this in a photocopy for my license, but now my this and I'm a batch this where the show say I get my license, now my photocopy and they use this license for make this batch. So now actually I already process my this thing for transport office, my license. e dey for transport of it, but I need to go take am. I know say e no correct, but I ask forgiveness for that. 19 na for order, na for 19 for say may rough work no dey for town and may disorder no dey for town. It be very okay.
As I become, I realize say they stop me. I show my document, so I show my document. My insurance will expire, so my engine be knock. So I be park this motor down for garage for some time now. So I say when I want to finish for garage, then I will come and pay the insurance. While I delay small, I never pay the insurance. Not like I don't always pay. If you see here, you have bundle of insurance I ever pay. Now then this, I ever pay all my insurance.
Taxi drivers in Buea municipality are urged to ensure they have their driver's license and insurance. These documents not only help authorities identify and access necessary information, but also prevent them from facing illegal fines and penalties.
And we take you out of the country where Russian President Vladimir Putin has met with his counterpart, the President of Guinea-Bissau, Sissoko Embalo, and both presidents are discussing developmental ties between the two nations. Also on our foreign page, a court in North Congo is trying 63 soldiers accused of abandoning their posts as M23 rebels were approaching in North Kivu. Magdalene Wondo tells us more.
Russian President Vladimir Putin welcomed his Guinea-Bissau counterpart Umaru Sissoko Embalo in Moscow on February 26. The talks come as Russia continues its drive to build economic and security ties with countries in West and Central Africa. The two men discussed developing cooperation between their countries as well as international and regional issues. It was reported that potential cooperation included in mineral resources, infrastructure, energy, agriculture, and fishing. The president of Russia states his intention for the cooperation. Last year, trade turnover between Russia and the African continent continued to grow and increased by 10%. However, trade and economic relations between Russia and Guinea-Bissau certainly requires careful attention from both sides. Embalo has traveled to Russia on several occasions, an invitation of Putin. Umaru Sissoko, president of Guinea-Bissau, reaffirms the bond of friendship. Russia is partner with us for sure, and I find myself here to reaffirm this bond of friendship we have between the people of Russia and the people of Guinea-Bissau. This is a fraternal relationship that has always existed. Embalo's visit to Russia comes as the opposition threatens to paralyze the country on February 27 as his 5-year term of president comes to an end. The opposition says his term as president runs out this February 27, while the Supreme Court of Justice ruled that it ends on September 4, 2025. And these are Congolese government soldiers in Lubero territory north of Kivu province. They are being tried by military court for desertion, causing panic and looting properties as they fled from advancing M23 rebels. The army is still in charge here, and the government wants to show that any state official who commits a crime will be punished. A military official highlighted why the soldiers are being tried. Today, the actions they have taken discredit our army and provide ammunition to the enemy. Justice must speak as the law is clear. We do not want this happening again in the armed forces of Democratic Republic of Congo. This is the aftermath of the looting spree said to have been committed by the fleeing soldiers. More than 30 businesses robbed in and around the town. The most affected area was the Musan chiefdom. Another 75 soldiers are also being tried in South Kivu for similar offenses.
This is not the first time Congolese army are being tried for suspected right abuses in conflict areas such this. Many deserted their station as the M23 rebels advance. Some have been accused of killing civilians and looting their properties. The army says this crime will not go unpunished.
The UN has accused the Congolese army as well as the M23 rebels of committing atrocities in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. A human rights activist said the army appears overwhelmed and outgunned. Those who were robbed in Lubero say they are glad that justice has been served and the Congolese army has started taking things seriously. M23 rebels are said to be on the hilltop of Lubero.
And that's what the team here at the Divine Mercy Radio Television could put together for you this Thursday evening here in Buea. Let's revisit our major stories once more. The entire Mount Carmel College Muya have been called to live and practice the spirit of collaboration and cooperation. The call was made by the Catholic Education Secretary of the Diocese of Buea, Reverend Father Vincent Meswe, as he paid a visit to the college today. Also, in this newscast, we told you how inhabitants in Buea have laid their worries to rest and stay hopeful following the rate of work at the Moki Garage Bridge, which many thought would stay closed forever. And Buea taxi drivers have been urged to procure valid car documents to avoid being victimized by security forces. The call was made by the chapter president of Cameroon Transporters Syndicate, Denise Mesumbe, during a one-day sensitization outing. We're leaving the company of beautiful programs still to come your way over the Divine Mercy Radio Television, and God's willing, tomorrow you join us for yet another edition of Divine Mercy Prime. Do have a wonderful evening in our company.